Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I wish to really appreciate the organizers for having invited Rwanda Parliament to share in this forum. And in this regard, I wish to extend the greetings and congratulations of Dr. Biruta, who is the President of the Senate, who had been invited to this forum but could not attend, unfortunately, due to other important commitments. I shall actually not extend much on what I could call the theoretical part of my message, because much has been said about it since this morning. But I will simply talk about the current status in Rwanda Parliament on the question on how to engage citizens to enhance the democratic dialogue. And we are thinking we could answer this question by creating ICT supported virtual communities. And the way we do it, I shall try to highlight some of the few achievements we had already reached. If we talk of e-democracy, much has been said this morning about it. I shall just only come to underline the issue of the decentralization, the rapidity of interaction, and the scalability. Because we have to move from individual use to communities, these virtual communities I'm talking about. My predecessors have much said about e-parliament. E-parliament, as Dr. Mangela highlighted this morning, brings in a kind of debate, I could say, as to representatives, MPs being representatives and having moral authority to act on behalf of their constituencies, or simply delegates and mouthpieces. So I very easily dismiss this last option, as otherwise the role of MPs would actually turn out to be meaningless. I would also highlight the risk of information overload, which was also raised by one of the discussants, because information overload would easily transform MPs from representatives into delegates, which should not be the case. A little bit about civic engagement, which has got a three-pronged aspect, from civic to electoral and then political voices of the representatives. The picture you see in front of you is a session of Gacaca courts. These courts, popular courts or people's courts, dealing with our biggest problem of this century, of the genocide that took place in Rwanda. Then I will not extend much on it, because it is clear and understandable, the three aspects of civic engagements, which this time have got to be enhanced by ICT. Rwanda is made up of small communities, and there is a strong need to facilitate open and free communication between these communities and institutions. We come to the point where people and technology are at crossroads, and we need better and quicker address of societal values and problems, it is well understood, through IT towards this mode of collaborative direct democracy. How do we conceive these virtual communities back home? First of all, we understand the benefits of virtual communities as a kind of spreading formal and informal knowledge and information, increasing democracy and transparency by bringing out issues into the open, building closer educational and professional ties, and reducing the digital divide and other disparities by exposing communities to one another, as one of the previous discussants has said it. The idea is to build such communities offering low-cost facilities through what we call in Rwanda village telecenters. It should be highlighted that in our country, National Initiative for Communication and Information Plan 2006 and 2010, one of the pillars happens to be rural and community access, through which we are actually planning and have already started using ICT to improve this community for the dialogue. I rapidly say that our NICI plan, stating that we shall have to support and improve economic environment to accelerate growth towards achieving an information-rich and knowledge-based society and economy. A few achievements should be highlighted. Our brother from Uruguay has just talked about the one laptop per child project. In Rwanda, we just 2 months ago, we have distributed 5,000 laptops to school children, and we are planning to distribute another 10,000 in 2 months to come. The importance of this project has been highlighted enough by my friend, but I could say that, I could simply add that this project is of vital importance to Rwanda in order to have ICTs deeply rooted right from the early childhood. We very much count on optic fiber backbone in Rwanda, where we are expecting to have 2,300 kilometers of cables by 2009. Now in Kigali city alone, we have 134 kilometers of optic fiber already ready for use. The penetration in mobile phones is simply still ongoing, 1.1 million of units, which is around 10% actually. The data penetration is still low, we are at 3%, but we could actually score last time a good event in our record, because we happened to follow our elections, MPs elections, on video conference throughout the country. We have a national identity project. We have now finished distributing 3.2 million machine-readable ID cards out of a total of 5.2 million, which we should have finished distributing by the end of this year. We come to the telecenters, I'm telling you, as the key options we are going to use for better address of the citizens' issues and for better participation of the latter. We happen to distribute 63,000, more than 63,000 affordable mobile phones, whereby a citizen can acquire a mobile phone and pays $2 per month over 1 month. It has been such a success that we have a plant, an assembly plant, that assembles such mobile phones and that are operated in our local Kinyarwanda language. And we have the ambition to distribute more than 100,000 more mobile phones in the next 3 to 4 months. Actually, the map is showing you where is Rwanda if you compare with the East African region. We mean to get connected to the East African submarine cable that comes from Durban to Djibouti, and we shall be linked through Mombasa, Kenya, and then through Uganda down to Rwanda. That is to show you actually how our country is landlocked and has actually poor access to the ocean. What have we done at Parliament House? At Parliament House, we actually have a very important organ, and that is the steering committee, of which I'm a member, and President Biruta of the Senate is the chairman of that committee. When we have been talking of a strong political will, there is no stronger political will than having this committee chaired by the very president of the Senate. We plan to develop our ICT coverage through 5 main axes. First of all, the problem of human resources is very important. Then we are developing customized software for the in-house applications. Then we also mean to increase the equipment and material, and especially develop the research and the development aligned with our national plan for ICT dissemination. We now run about 6 ICT-related activities in the House. In both houses, actually, the lower and upper chambers, especially networking, database, e-library, parliament radio, video conference systems. These are operational, but we mean to improve them for better access to citizens. Our parliamentarians are equipped with actually we have about 106 MPs, and our parliament is equipped with 200 desktops, and each MP has got his own laptop, like the one I have in front of me, and which is renewed every 5 years. You tell me it is a long period, but we can't afford less than that. We are running software to manage the systems, the in-house systems, the intranet, and then a new software has been developed and is ready for use now in both chambers to help for the data management. How do we mean to bridge the gap? Our priority in the Parliament is law-making exercise with citizens' participation. We mean to monitor laws enforcement, and we take into account the citizens' feedback. We have to represent the interests of the citizens by exercising government oversight. And then we mean to use ICT for development and act as a leader in the field. For the Senate in particular, we've got a special function of overseeing constitutional fundamental principles, and we mean to do it through ICT. Mechanisms we mean to use. We want to develop better accessed website with the use of new customized Parliament software, which is ready now for use, as I said. Then to increase the reachability, a large number of users reaching through facilitation processes. I have been talking about the telecenters. We now want to come to the point of having the citizen accessing the Parliament but through these telecenters without paying. Actually, it will be free of charge for them. The Parliament will pay through providers. Imihigo case study. Imihigo is a very old principle in our country, whereby you go in front of your constituency or in front of a number of people like you here, and you swear in front of them that you are going to accomplish such and such an activity in such given time. So that is actually a bit more than a performance contract, because you are engaging yourself by swearing in front of everybody. I swore, I had to pronounce my vow in front of my constituency that I'll have everybody fighting, fighting against erosion by keeping their rainwater inside their compound. This is a vow I've pronounced, and somewhere next month I have to respond in front of my constituency. We have a personal vow, we have a collective vow at all levels of administration up to the country level. And it is the sum of the indicators, how indicators have been scored, that make up the whole assessment at country level. And this has been now captured under a data management system, whereby where I am now, I may consult my constituency and know for how much they have fought against erosion, how much they have eradicated illiteracy, how much they have done family planning. I can consult it right now. And if I see a red light somewhere, it is my duty to go and approach the zone where there is a red light and ask them to improve their performance, so that in the long run, by the end of the given time, I have to respond. But now, with that is actually a kind of incentive to the constituency to work more actively in order to improve their performance on such and such given target. So that is one of the case studies. I think I'll have an opportunity to illustrate it in written and put at the disposal of whoever wants a hard copy for it. So taking stock of the existing telecenters facilities, we mean to provide free of charge access to parliamentary services. And we also plan to diversify the media for better and broader citizen participation. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to conclude by saying that ICT can be an engine for citizen participation. As someone said before me, it is an enabler, but it's not a solution. Rwanda Parliament has gone a long way in digitalizing its services, but loopholes still exist. The interaction between Parliament and citizens still need a push, so mainly owing to poor public communication infrastructure and knowledge. Initiatives to enhance parliamentary public visibility and reachability are being taken, and added value shall be obtained through the use of these ICT's deployment. I wish to recommend a few actions in the light of the challenges and difficulties we made, but also the successes we have recorded. Creating vibrant virtual communities will need an engagement, sometimes undergoing some unscheduled or unplanned costs. There is a need for networking. Mr. Griffith, my neighbor, Mr. Griffith, has said social networking. So we need networking, and we spotted one point where networking is very much needed. That is with providers, dealers in hard and software, other ICT developers, to increase the citizens' participation and dialogue upgrading. We need to enhance training and public access, so a broader population base to be knowledgeable with ICTs. We had something that helped much. That is local language content that allows user-friendly approach. The rest being laws and policies, and this is the work of parliaments once again to make available such laws and policies. We have to increase the affordability, and this is for our parliament that we quickly set forth the dynamic citizens interaction and consultation mechanisms as we have it provided for in our plan of action. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to invite you to attend an ICT conference that is planned early next year, with the facilitation of UNDESA and UNECA in our sub-region. So invitations will follow, but whoever feels like coming is very welcome and will be very helpful. So our dynamic and vibrant community shows it in our traditional dances when we celebrate the Mihigo achievements. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gasamagera. It was very interesting.